The components of shotgun shells and the vernacular that surrounds the components can be a complicated thing. So in this video, we're going to set up as a kind of a primer for people new to shotgun shells, new to hunting with shotguns, and explain how to understand the markings on the box that you buy shotgun shells in. Now, when you go to buy a box of shotgun shells, there's a ton of information written on the box. First, you have on here the gauge. So we're not going to go too much into gauges. We have a separate video that explains shotgun gauges. You can check that out and become familiar with what all the gauges mean. The important thing here to know is that 12 gauge shotgun shells go into 12 gauge shotguns, 20 gauge shotgun shells into 20 gauges, so on forth and down the line. So always make sure that you're putting the proper gauge shotgun shell into the matched up gauge shotgun. Next on the box we have 2 3/4 inches. This refers to the chamber length, or in this case this refers into the actual length of the shotgun shell, which is meant to fit into the chamber length of a shotgun. This chamber is marked as 2 3/4 or 3 inch. Most current day shotguns accept both of those sizes or lengths of shotgun shells. Some also accept 3.5 inch shells. But again, that will be clearly marked here on the barrel. You can see here, this one says 12 gauge, 2 3/4 or 3 inch. And again, that's referring to the chamber and to what size shotgun shell the chamber can accept. You never want to put a 3.5 inch shell into a chamber that only accepts 2 3/4 or 3 inch. Next, we have amount of powder, which can be measured in drams, but in a roundabout way, it can be measured in muzzle velocity, which this one here is 1,500 feet per second. So for small game, pheasants, maybe even small ducks, 1,200 to 1,500 feet per second is about where you want to be. And for bigger small game, such as wild turkeys or geese, you're going to be looking at 1,500 to 1,700 feet per second. Next on the box here says 1 1/4 ounce shot. This is the total weight of the shot pellets that are inside of the shotgun shell. So if I was to cut this open and pour out all the shotgun pellets and then weigh them, they would come up to 1 1/4 ounce. Also on the box we have here is the shot size. Shot size is categorized with an inverse naming system, in which smaller size shot carries a larger number. Though there are smaller shot sizes on the market, number 8 shot is the smallest shot commonly used by hunters. It has a diameter of just 0.090 of an inch. Then there is number 7 shot, which is 0.1 of an inch in diameter. Number 6 shot, which is 0.11 of an inch. Number 5 shot, which is 0.12 of an inch, and so on all the way to number 1 shot, which is 0.16 of an inch in diameter. After number 1 shot, the shot sizes start using letters for their shot sizes. The next largest size after number 1 is designated as B, which comes in at 0.17 of an inch. Then BB at 0.18, then triple B at 0.19, then T at 0.2, then TT at 0.21, then F at 0.22, and then double F at 0.23 of an inch in diameter. And lastly, you have materials to think about. Shotgun pellets are commonly made up of 3 different materials. You have lead being the most common, then steel, and then the bismuth and tungsten pellets. Lead is pretty much used for all small game and upland bird hunting. It was the original pellet material. Steel shot was made as an answer to when lead was deemed toxic to waterfowl and waterfowl environments. And so hunters needed a non-toxic shot to go and hunt waterfowl with. So that's why they came up with steel. The one problem with steel is that it doesn't quite have the weight that lead does, so you don't have the downrange performance of lead pellets. So to answer that problem, the manufacturers came up with using bismuth and tungsten as a material, which has the same weight as lead, so you have the same downrange performance, yet it's non-toxic like steel is. The one drawback from the bismuth and tungsten is it's an expensive material, so you have an expensive box of shells.